Screams, where we dive into the eerie and unexplained. Sit back, relax, and let the whispers guide you. It started as a typical school day, one of those uneventful mornings where everything felt routine. The dull hum of fluorescent lights buzzed faintly overhead as students shuffled through the hallways, lost in their own worlds. I was in the middle of history class, doodling absent-mindedly on my notebook, when the announcement came over the intercom. Attention, staff and students. This is a lockdown. I repeat, this is a lockdown. Please proceed to your designated safe areas immediately. The tone in the principal's voice was clipped, unnaturally calm, but there was an edge to it that made the hairs on my arms rise. At first, I thought it was just another drill. After all, we'd practiced these countless times, but something felt off. The teacher's face paled as she rushed to lock the door and pull the blinds, her movements tense, almost frantic. Everyone, move to the corner of the room. Stay quiet, she whispered. Her voice trembled, and that was the first crack in my belief that this was just a drill. We huddled together, 30 of us packed into the shadows of the farthest corner. The room felt suffocatingly silent, save for the sound of our shallow breaths. Then came the noise. At first it was faint, a soft creak like an old hinge swinging open. It seemed to come from somewhere down the hallway. Creak. The sound grew louder, closer. It was rhythmic, deliberate, as if someone or something was pacing. Every step was punctuated by the echo of dragging metal, like a chain scraping against the tiled floor. My heart hammered in my chest as I exchanged terrified glances with my classmates. No one dared to speak. Then, the footsteps stopped, right outside our door. We froze, our breaths caught in our throats. A shadow appeared in the sliver of light beneath the door. It lingered there, unmoving. I could hear it breathing, slow and ragged, like it was savoring the moment. A soft tap, tap, tap came next, as if someone was gently running their fingers along the doorframe. My pulse quickened. It wasn't the sound of a teacher or even a student. There was something unnervingly deliberate about it, like whoever or whatever was on the other side wanted us to know they were there. Minutes dragged on, each second feeling like an eternity. Then, without warning, the doorknob began to rattle violently. Something was trying to get in. A girl next to me stifled a scream, her hands trembling as she clung to the hem of her hoodie. The rattling stopped just as abruptly as it had started. The shadow beneath the door disappeared. We thought it was over. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps resumed, but this time they were faster, heavier, as if the entity was running. The crashing sound of lockers slamming shut echoed down the hall, followed by the unmistakable noise of glass shattering. Whatever was out there was wreaking havoc, and we were powerless to do anything but listen. Out of nowhere, the classroom phone rang. The shrill sound cut through the tension like a knife. Our teacher hesitated, her hand hovering over the receiver. Against her better judgment, she picked it up. "Hello," she whispered, her voice barely audible. No response, just static. And then, a low guttural whisper came through the line. It wasn't in any language I recognized. It sounded ancient, otherworldly. Her face drained of color, and she slammed the phone down, her hands shaking uncontrollably. She didn't say a word, but the fear in her eyes spoke volumes. Just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, the lights flickered and went out, plunging the room into complete darkness. Someone whimpered. I could feel the panic rising like a tidal wave, but we all stayed silent, too terrified to make a sound. The air in the room grew colder, biting at our skin. A faint metallic smell filled my nostrils, coppery, like blood. And then I saw it. At first, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but there it was, standing in the far corner of the room. A figure, tall and gaunt, its face obscured by shadows. Its eyes glowed faintly, an unnatural shade of white, piercing through the darkness. I wanted to scream, to run, but my body was paralyzed with fear. The figure didn't move. It just stood there, watching us. And then, just as quickly as it had appeared, it vanished, as if it had never been there. A boy next to me whispered, "Did you see that?" Before I could answer, the intercom crackled to life again, but this time, the voice that came through wasn't the principal's. It was deep, distorted, and filled with malice. "You can't hide." The words sent a chill down my spine. Just then, the windows in the classroom shattered inward, glass raining down on us. A deafening scream erupted from the hallway, a scream that didn't sound human. Whatever was out there was coming closer, and we had nowhere to